Good morning, everybody. Hello. Welcome back. Happy holidays, everybody. How is everybody doing today? I hope I find you all well. Apologies in advance if we have technical difficulties today. During the pre-stream, people heard me mumbling on the mic. The other day, of course, I was doing all my holiday festivities. I was doing my holiday marathon, and then I did the holiday edition of Ask the King back on Christmas Eve Thursday. And I kept telling you guys during those both events that all my equipment, my laptop in particular, was running so bad. It was like super slow. And I was like, man, I need to restart. But I was in the midst of the events. I didn't have a chance to restart anything. And I had left the mic off, and I was mumbling to myself about it here on the pre-stream. And people were like, Phil, are you complaining already? I was like, yeah. You know, everything's bad, so I had to restart all my equipment. My laptop is running much better now. It's certainly not good, but it's running much better than it was. So, hopefully, everything holds up today, because today we're back after all this holiday hijinks that happened over the last several days. I am back to full capacity today, meaning that we're going to resume all of the playthroughs that we were in the midst of, you know, before the holiday specials and the holiday break. And I hope you guys had a good one. First of all, I mean, let's say this. First of all, I hope you're all healthy. I hope that everyone had a safe Christmas with what's going on in the world this year, the craziness. I hope you're all still healthy and safe. And I hope that you are not exposed to anything that would put you at risk, or your family members or your friends. I hope everyone had a good one and did not go crazy traveling or gathering, the two horrible things that you should not be doing right now. Okay? And I hope that you had a great time. You know, the Christmas season, number one, food, and number two, presents. The two great things about the Christmas season. Some people say, oh, what about the goodwill? What about the giving? And it's food and presents. Come on now. Let's not beat about the bush here. We know what we're talking about, all right? It's enough of that nonsense. Okay? I personally was absolutely stuffed with food. Presents, not so much, but that just comes with the territory when you get older. You don't really expect to be getting a million presents for Christmas anymore. I'm sure today we're going to be talking about this. I'm sure today the major topics of discussion will be what was everyone up to on Christmas and the holiday, what did you get for Christmas, etc. And I can't wait to talk about this with all of you guys over the course of today. That's one of the cool things about being a content creator, is that I get to interact with you guys right away after a holiday and find out what's going on. Okay? So, today we're getting back to the swing of things. Today we return to regularly scheduled streaming gameplay. Full day of streaming today. Continuing on with Yakuza 7 here on the first stream. And if you guys remember, I know it's been almost a week ago since I played Yakuza. If you can believe it. It certainly didn't seem that long. And then I realized, I was thinking to myself, I was like, wait a minute. It really has been a freaking week since I played this game. Because of the holidays, you know, my day off for Christmas, and then the two other special holiday events, and my other day off on Tuesday, which is my regularly scheduled day off. Like, I haven't played this since like Sunday of last week. Holy shit. So, time flies, right? But today we get to continue on. The plot had just picked up in a huge way. Getting a new character, which is really awesome to finally be recruiting a new character. It's been a while since I recruited any new characters. You know, I had Eri, but she wasn't necessarily a story-based character. She was more optional character for having done the business side quest, right? Running Ichiban Confections. So now I have a really story-based character, which is cool, with a brand new build and everything, new abilities and everything, which is really nice. So I'm excited to try out this character because, what's his name, Junji? Because I haven't really played with him at all. I mean, I've had a few fights, and then that was the end of the stream. I know we have a few hero quest missions to do. We're supposed to be a hero and protect people like a bodyguard, right? We have a few of those to do. I don't know if we have much more side content to do in the city, or if we just advance with the story at this point. We're in chapter 10, by the way, of 15, and my wife has been playing the shit out of Yakuza. This week, my wife had extra time off from work because of the holiday, and she's been playing the hell out of it, and she's in chapter 14 right now. Now, she hasn't spoiled, thank God. She's kept all spoilers away from me, which is great. But she's like, wow, the game is crazy good. The plot is great. There's so many twists and everything. And I'm like, okay, cool. This sounds good to me. I can't wait to play more. And, you know, unlike her, I'm playing a bunch of games. She's only playing this game. So she's way ahead of me right now. But anyway, yes, continuing out with Yakuza 7 today. And the cool thing about Yakuza is, you know, it's an RPG. It's chill. So my first stream back from the holiday break here is going to be just a chill stream with you guys talking. And yes, we'll be playing Yakuza, of course, but I'm sure we're going to have tons of conversation, just hanging out and having a good time. Okay? Good shit. I'm excited. Now, later tonight, the late night stream tonight is going to be my weekly Throwback Street Fighter session, which I just resumed doing last week. But of course, I couldn't do it on my normally scheduled Friday night because it was Christmas. So I'm back today and tonight. The late night stream will be old school Throwback Street Fighter. Hope you guys will join me for this. You guys were super pumped for this last week. When it came back, you were very excited. I'm excited too. So I hope you guys will join me for that later tonight. That's around 6:45 p.m. Pacific time for those who are interested. It should be a good time. Usually, 2 or more hours of Street Fighter throwback stuff. Tomorrow, we're going to swing back to Cyberpunk. Now, I have something to say about this, okay? If anything, the last stream of Cyberpunk has proven something. The last stream I did was on Monday, by the way. So if you didn't see the content from Monday, you may not know what I'm talking about. However, let me elaborate, okay? Cyberpunk is very hit or miss when it comes to the storylines and the mission structures. Some of the stuff is quite good, and some of it seems to be like a garbled mess or incredibly confusing to the point where I don't even understand why it's in the game. So 2 streams ago, I did 2 side missions in Cyberpunk that were super duper entertaining. One of them was this investigation where we were trying to find this psychopath guy who had kidnapped people and was torturing them, and we were trying to find his victims and free them. And it was this cool thing with the brain dancing, where you go into this guy's memories and trying to figure out where the victims are. You rescue them. It was very good. And then after that, there was another kind of mystery investigation where 2 people who were involved in politics were actually being mind controlled behind the scenes by this weird clandestine group. It was just really well done. Okay? Then last time I said, well, since the side content was so good, I might as well continue on with more side content. And that was a horrible mistake. Like, everything I did on the last stream of Cyberpunk was incredibly boring and or confusing to the point where I played it for 2 hours, and at the end of the stream, people were like, wow, that felt like a wasted stream because that stuff absolutely sucked. And I have to agree. So, when we play Cyberpunk again tomorrow, I'm just focusing on the story, all right? I'm not saying I'll never go back to the side content, but after that last session of seeing how hit or miss this shit can be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so hit or miss at this point. And I can't imagine trying to focus on the side content after how bad that last session was. It was just seriously that boring, okay? So, Cyberpunk tomorrow, mainstream, and we're going to be doing primarily story progress to get further into the game, okay? Tomorrow night, it's the return of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which I played last weekend, and I had a lot of fun with it because we're done with the Asgardian side questing for now. It seems like we're going to be returning to it later in the game, but for now we're done, and now we're focusing in on the main story again, and we're in London, of all places. Of course, it's not really modern London, it's what it used to be in the time of the Vikings. And it has been a pretty good quest line. We're trying to hunt down these Templars. Of course, here they're called the Order. This is before they became the Templars. So it's been a good plot line. I'm excited for that tomorrow, continuing on with Assassin's Creed. And then on Monday, we shall get back to Yakuza as the mainstream again on Monday. And then Monday night, it's going to be Black Ops Cold War multiplayer. All right? Let's hope that by Monday night, the dust has settled. The free players are gone, by the way. The free weekend for Call of Duty is over. Thank God, because, man, did that slam the fuck out of the servers and make that online experience way less enjoyable than what it should have been. You know, I'm excited for that on Monday. I really like Black Ops Cold War multiplayer and looking forward to more on Monday night, all right? So that's it. 3 days of streaming. Tuesday's my day off for the week as usual. I know this is a weird week because of the Christmas holiday and everything, but yes, 3 straight days of streaming, 6 gameplay streams back-to-back coming your way. I hope you guys are excited. All right, next week we get back to full-time, streaming every session, ongoing, progress of all the different games that I'm playing, etc. All right. Now, also, since we are, nearing the end of the year and the beginning of next year, yes, I am considering when I'm going to start my year-end countdowns, which is the best games of the year and the most disappointing games of the year. However, I do feel that I want to get further into Yakuza, Assassin's Creed, and Cyberpunk before I do those countdowns. So at the very least, I'm going to give it another week. All right, at the very least. I feel it would be inappropriate for me to do my year-end awards when I'm in the midst of 3 major games of the year that actually could be considered either the best or worst games of the year. That would be pretty messed up for me to do that. And I try to be a responsible content creator. Okay? So I hope that you guys will understand that and join me for all the content over the next week to 2 weeks before I do my year-end countdowns. All right? Now, as I've already told you guys, I am strongly considering some new playthroughs soon. The first major playthrough will be Immortals Phoenix Rising, which I did not play in the month of December. I was too busy with so many other new releases, but I'm interested in playing it. People have said that it's really good. Hades, which many people have actually said is the game of the year for 2020, and I didn't even play it. So obviously I want to try to check that game out. And then in the month of January, we got Hitman 3 coming out. Okay? So we'll see what happens, but that's what I'm kind of planning for this month, is working on maybe those new games plus a Hitman and other stuff. All right? And by the way, I seriously hope that freaking Sackboy: A Big Adventure goes on sale. I was so disappointed it hasn't gone on sale yet. I thought for sure this week, Christmas week, it would go on sale, and it hasn't. They're still selling it for $60 and ripping people off. There's no way that a fucking platformer like that is worth $60. I want to play it. I like the Little Big Planet games. I just don't want to pay $60 for a game that's basically half the content of what used to be in Little Big Planet. It's a ripoff. So, gotta hope that they do drop the price at some point so I can play it. Okay? Alright, so that's the plan, my friends. Thank you for a great month. December's been a super fun month. And we continue on, now that Christmas is over, with more gaming fun. Remember, guys, that I am an independent. I am not partnered with anyone. I am not under contract to exclusively stream anywhere. I don't get paid for streaming. Okay? I don't have any kind of sponsorships. All right? I make a living via crowdfunding from you guys because you like what I do. You watch my streams, which are completely and utterly free, and many of you enjoy what I do so much that you want to see that continue, and you crowdfund my streams, and I appreciate that. There are many ways that you can contribute. If you like the content, you can cheer with bits. You can subscribe to my channel. You could tip me. You could gift a sub to a fellow viewer. 'Tis the season, right? To be generous to your fellow viewer. All right? So thanks in advance to anyone who likes the content that I put out and, wants to see it continue and contributes in any way. All right? Thank you, and thank you again, because, again, it's all about the crowdfunding efforts. It's amazing that you guys have allowed me to do what I love for so long. 12 years and counting. I've actually done this full time for a living now for 10 years, which was funny because I have an interesting story to tell. All right, and of course, some people will be like, "Oh," but listen, it's an interesting story to me. So, 10 years ago. It was Christmas Eve, 2010. I had lost my job, my office job, okay, at the time. And I just started doing full-time content creation. It was over the course of, the months of, like, October and November, and, of course, some of December, that I had done full-time content creation on YouTube. And I didn't know if it was going to work because, I didn't know if someone doing a variety of content like I was doing, instead of being like a specialist or a guru or an authority in a certain game subject, I was just a guy doing improv commentary over gameplay videos. I had no idea if I was going to be able to make this work, okay? And so 10 years ago, on Christmas Eve, I was sitting inside of a Chinese restaurant in Connecticut with my parents. We were having our Christmas Eve dinner. And everything's uncertain at that point. I mean, we were talking about it like the future is completely uncertain. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this work or anything like that. Okay? And, we're having this conversation at dinner. And as we're having this conversation, all right, I get my fortune cookie. Because at the end of any Chinese, traditional, Chinese restaurant meal, you get a fortune cookie. And I open the fortune cookie. Now, usually, when you open a fortune cookie these days, you don't even get a true fortune. You'll get, like, an anecdote, or you'll get, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think what it is they feel that if they give you a real fortune, like, oh, you're gonna, this is gonna happen in the future or whatever, they feel like it's too much of a liability. We promised you something in a fortune cookie, didn't come true, and then you freak out or something, As stupid as that sounds, that's the world we live in, is that people will sue over burning themselves after drinking hot coffee because they didn't know the coffee was hot. Then obviously someone's going to get upset if they open a fortune cookie and it says you're going to win a new car and you don't get a new car, right? But anyway, so here we are in this Chinese restaurant. 10 years ago, everything's incredibly uncertain. I don't know what's going to happen with my future because I lost my job. I just started to try to become a content creator on the internet. And I opened up a fortune cookie. And this fortune cookie says the following. You will not have to worry about, financial stuff in the near future anymore. And I was like, what? Like, how pertinent is this? Because here I am directly worried about finances because I was changing from being an office job to being a content creator on the internet. And the fortune literally is speaking to me, saying you don't need to worry about money in the future, in the near future, because you're going to be fine. Now, I'm not a superstitious guy. Do I believe in a fucking Chinese fortune cookie? Of course I don't. Right? Who cares about that shit? But at the time, it meant something to me because I was so nervous. Right? I was so nervous about what was going to happen to me. I thought maybe I was going to lose my house. I was going to lose all this stuff that I had put into place because I had lost my office job. And this actually made me feel kind of better, as crazy as it sounds. And kind of gave me some confidence. And, I mean, take a look at what happened, right? I ended up being a successful content creator. I'm still doing this over 10 years later as my job, right? So, all things going on in the crazy world this year, everyone knows what happened with me this year behind the scenes. I've talked about it. My Thanksgiving special thoroughly covered it, so I'm not going to talk about it here on pre-stream today. But this Christmas Eve, 10 years later, all right, I'm eating a Chinese food dinner with my wife. And there's a fortune cookie. And I pick it up and I say, every time we've eaten Chinese food, I never get a fortune. But I remember 10 years ago to the day, that fortune that I got. And I don't want to say that it brought me luck or whatever, but damn, is it interesting that happened 10 years ago. Let me open this fortune and let's see what this fortune says. All right? So I open up this fortune cookie. All right? To the 10 years to the day. I'm not making this up. I listen to people say, oh, Phil's fibbing. This is God honest truth. This is 100% truthful. What happened? I opened the fortune cookie. Okay? I read the fortune. My jaw drops. I can't believe it. What? I do a double take. All right? You gotta be kidding me. All right? I read the fortune. And here it is, word for word. I swear to God. Here's the fortune. You guys ready for this? The fortune read as follows. Andy Dick is coming for you. All right, that's not what it said. No. The fortune actually said, good fortune is coming your way. It actually just said, good things are coming your way in the near future. And I read it and I said, wow. Now, obviously, that's super ambiguous. But, the fortune I got 10 years ago, saying directly at that time, speaking to me, and saying, you're going to be fine financially, don't worry about it. At a time in my life when I was changing jobs and had no idea what was going to happen in the future, it actually made me feel good. All right? So reading this new fortune, telling me, listen, don't worry about the stuff going on right now because you're going to be fine. You're going to have good luck. Kind of made me feel good. I mean, yeah, it doesn't mean anything. I mean, I'm not a superstitious guy. I told you guys. But it's kind of weird that exactly 10 years later, I realized, oh my God, it's actually the 10-year anniversary of me getting that fortune and everything that happened after that. Let's see what happens here with this fortune. And I open it, and it just so happens to be another, like, positive, definitive fortune, right? Now, what does that mean? Good luck's going to happen to you. Who knows? It could mean that 2021 will be a great year for my streams. Everything will go smoothly with the running of the streams. Maybe I'll be able to do everything that I intend. I'll be able to upgrade my equipment. I'll be able to do all these improvements. You guys will continue to intend and crowdfund the streams. I'll get new viewers. Who knows? Maybe that's what it means, right? Or maybe it means that I'll be walking down the street and there'll be a banana peel, and I'll look down and say, whoop, and I'll step to the left and not slip on the banana peel. And that's good luck, right? I mean, who knows what it means? Or it could just be it's a you know, mass-printed fortune that they shove inside of a commercialized fortune cookie. It doesn't mean anything, and it's just stupid to even think otherwise, right? But for me, it just kind of blows my mind that that happened exactly 10 years to the day. Kind of a similar deal. A lot more ambiguous this time, though, right? So here we go. People will now be taking clips of this story, posting it all over the internet, making fun of me, saying Phil is a fool. Phil is a buffoon. Phil is a stupid bastard. He thinks that a fortune cookie means that things are going to go well for him. He has no idea what real life is like if he believes this. He is a moron, a gullible, simpleton. And I fully expect that these videos will be all over the internet at the end of today's stream. We will actually be doing editing these videos during the stream, and everyone will be making fun of me by the end of the stream. So there you go. I did your work for you. You don't even have to make the video. You know what? Here you go. Everyone out there who does this, who clips up my content to make me look bad, you don't even have to do a video today. Here's what you do. You just take this, what I'm saying now, and you can edit it together, clip it, and then just put it out. You don't even put in anything of input of yourself. Just rip it up, edit it, upload it straight to the internet. I made your video for you. All right? You're done. But for me, it's actually meaningful. Because it was like a 10-year anniversary of 10 years ago. I was just majorly starting to do content creation. I didn't know what was going to happen. It could have completely failed and I lost everything. It didn't. It ended up being way better than I ever could have imagined. Here I am 10 years later, living across the country with my family, having a nice dinner, my wife. And I'm like, this is so special to me that I'm able to do this. And here I am opening another fortune. It's another good fortune. So there you go. There's your content, drama content for today. I've already made it for you, and I made your life a lot easier today. That's my Christmas present to the haters. That's my Christmas present to you. I've done your work for you today. Okay. Very nice. Now, anyway, guys, if you like what I do, all right, if you like what I do, and you want to see it continue to be successful, please consider contributing during today's stream. All right, I would appreciate it. Cheering, subbing, and tipping all help. Today, as you know, is a regular gameplay stream. That means that our tip goals are back in effect. Okay? Meaning, if we raise $50 in tips, I'll put on the Gunner glasses. If we raise $100 in tips on today's stream, I'll put on a vest. The last vest I wore was the platinum. So every vest is eligible today except the platinum. All right? If you want to help out, because, considering I wasn't streaming for the past, 2 days in any full-time capacity, it would definitely help today if we could hit the tips goals. But as always, guys, contributions are not mandatory on my streams. Contributions are not expected. I consider it you guys going above and beyond to support me and my content if you do contribute in any way, shape, or form. And I thank you in advance to anyone who's even considering supporting the streams because you like me or my stuff. All right? Thank you very much for that. Fair enough? Okay. So, really, there's not a heck of a lot to talk about because it's Christmas weekend and not a lot happens. You know what I mean? Like, in news, there ain't gonna be no news right now. What news would there possibly be this weekend? Everything's closed. All these game companies are not developing shit right now. They're all at home with their families. So there's not gonna be any news. The government is currently shut down for Christmas. So there is really nothing of any consequence to talk about right now. So, that being said, I don't really have any news stories to discuss. I will tell you this, once we hit the new year, which is coming shortly, another week or so, actually less than a week, We'll have a new subscriber goal here on the channel. If we hit a certain number of subs, it's bringing back the retrospective event, which means that people will be able to nominate their favorite moments of the 12 years that I've been a content creator. And, you know, based on your nominations, it will determine what we're actually going to watch back on that stream. Okay, and it should be a great stream, I feel. So, good stuff, my friends. But that's coming up next year. You know, we have to get through the next week. So, I really don't have anything else to talk about. All right, what I would say is, why don't we jump into your contributions and questions? All right, so what I got to do here is take a look at 2 days worth of 2 days worth of stuff. And what I'm seeing is, it looks like 2 days ago, when I had adjourned with my stream of Holiday Ask the King, it was actually Tantamounter had done a 1,000-bit cheer. Thank you very much, Tantamounter. I appreciate that very much. Also, it appears that Golden Colts, okay, it appears, I'm not sure if it's true, but it appears that Golden Colts did a 55-bit cheer. And he says, on a recent nationwide survey, grilled cheese has been found to be the most popular sandwich in all of North America. 80% of the people polled like it. Grilled chicken sandwiches and turkey sandwiches actually tie for second place. Do you think this is a miscarriage of justice? Yes. Obviously, everyone knows the true American sandwich is the burger. So how can you say that the burger was not the top sandwich of America? Like, that is utter blasphemy. And I will never forgive those who voted in this poll. Truth of the matter is, you know, me, I don't really like burgers that much anymore. I used to love them, but not so much recently, simply because, you know, me with my health conditions, can't eat a lot of red meat. And in the last 5+ years, I have eaten so much less red meat than I used to. I used to be a burger guy, right? And now I don't really care that much about burgers anymore. They're, you know, kind of an afterthought. I couldn't even tell you the last time I had a burger. So maybe Americans are just tired of that shit. And I'm not surprised to say that grilled cheese is the most popular sandwich, because it's probably the most unhealthy for you. You slather on giant gobs of fat-filled dairy melty cheese. They probably want to add some mayo in there. They slather on some mayo and butter. Oh man, grilled cheese, you got to put on about 2 sticks of butter, 1 stick on each side of the bread, and just, you know, completely saturate it, soak it. That's American food for you right there. So this definitely makes sense to me. I understand. Thank you very much, Golden Colts, for the cheer. I'm getting too worked up. People are saying I'm getting too worked up. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to get so worked up. I apologize. I'm very sorry, everyone. I apologize for that. Okay, let's continue. Golden Colts cheered again. He says, I should have said first, I hope you had a good Christmas holiday. That is true. Your first tweet was about grilled cheese sandwiches and not about the Christmas holiday. It's a little weird. I'm not going to lie. But I still appreciate the tweet. Thank you, Golden Colts. I hope you had a good Christmas holiday, Golden Colts. Like I said, what I'm hoping is that today, everyone will tell me about their Christmas holidays. You know, hoping that today will be a fun day of learning about what everyone did, what everyone ate. Maybe it was a grilled cheese sandwich. Maybe that's what you had for Christmas. A big, giant grilled cheese. Who knows, right? And then Golden Colts cheered a third time. So 3 different cheers. Thank you very much, Golden Colts. Appreciate that. Golden Colts cheered again. Can you name some regulars in chat who are on structurally unstable thin ice? No, Golden Colts. Come on, man. Golden Colts, it's the holidays. It's the holiday season. It's not. We're not thinking about that right now, okay? What are you talking about, dude? During the holidays, all right? It's time to forgive and forget. That's why I just let Snow Carl back into the chat, right? Normally, Snow Carl would be, you know, completely banned, but no, you know, he's back. Snow Carl is back. All right. However, Kozatov is still banned on site, and if anyone talks about him, you're out of here. All right, I don't want to hear it. Just so you guys are aware of that, okay? No talking about Kozatov. It's not allowed. Okay, thank you. Okay. Golden Colts cheered. Again, what a shock. He says, why do you think people still cook Brussels sprouts when literally no one on earth likes them? Well, first of all, that's not true. All right? You'd be shocked. There's people who just like the weirdest shit. All right? There's people on this planet, they'll grab, like, creatures out of the ground and shove them in their mouths. And you may think, oh, that's gross, because it is. But these people, you know, they'll eat anything. They just fucking can't control themselves. All right? They can't help it. You know, they see something moving, I gotta eat it. Now, in regards to plants, you gotta remember, guys, you know, not everyone's like us. There's vegans out there, they cannot eat animal-based stuff, right? They're very limited in the things that they can eat. And so, they gotta eat things like Brussels sprouts. It's very unfortunate that these people are limited in what they can do, right? But, I mean, vegetarians, vegans, they can't eat delicious grilled cheese sandwiches. That's dairy. Dairy is animal-based. They can't eat ridiculously good meat, you know, dripping with juice. It's absolutely tasty, delicious. They can't eat that. They have to eat, like, dirt off the ground, rocks. They have to lick rocks. You know, most of us, we have condiments. No, they just lick rocks. You know, 'tis life for some people. So these vegans have to eat, like, you know, what they can get. And to them, actually, Brussels sprouts are a delicacy, if you're not aware. Like, that's one of the tastiest things that a vegetarian or a vegan can eat, is to have a Brussels sprout. It's a Brussels sprout, by the way. Not Brussels sprouts. It's a Brussels sprout. You have to say it right. All right? So it's one of the best things they can eat, is a Brussels sprout. And, you know, I've seen these things. They're stalks, and it looks like, it's weird as hell. It kind of looks like, you ever go into a store, and they have lollipops, or suckers, or lollies, whatever you want to call them. And you know how they have that display that they put them in? It looks like a white pole. And what it is there's holes in it. It's usually made of cardboard. And in the holes, they stick the lollipop sticks into the display. And so it looks like a white pole with a bunch of lollipops or suckers sticking out of it. That's what Brussels sprouts look like in the wild. They're fucking weird. They look very bizarre. It doesn't look like it's real. You're like, that's what the fucking Brussels sprout actually looks like? Yeah. It's these big, you know, rounded knobs of leaves growing on a stalk like that. It looks artificial. It looks like it's man-made, but it's not. It's natural. Okay? So anyway, Brussels sprouts, I hate them. I've always hated them. As a kid, I had them. I hated them. As an adult, I hate them. What's weird, though, is a lot of things that I hated as a kid, I like now. Like, for example, broccoli. I used to hate broccoli as a kid. I thought it was the most disgusting thing you could eat. I used to retch. My mom would give me broccoli for dinner. I'm like, Mom, you don't understand. It makes me sick to my stomach. She's like, no, eat it anyway. So I'd eat it, and I would retch at the table. Like, I have to throw up. And she would force me to eat it because it was healthy. All right? True story, by the way. It's force-fed broccoli. All right? But anyway, the Brussels sprouts, you know, well, anyway, now I like broccoli is what the point I was making. And now I don't even mean like, oh, broccoli with cheese slathered on it or anything like that. I actually just like broccoli. I don't know why. My tastes have changed as an adult. It's weird. But I still don't like Brussels sprouts. Okay? Yeah, they're disgusting. Brussels sprouts are fucking nasty. Golden Colts cheered again. Boy, Golden Colts, you sure cheered a lot, man. You were busy. Golden Colts is like going crazy here with the cheers. So anyway, Golden Colts cheered yet again. And he says, the best curry is goat curry. Did I ever have goat in curry? I think I did once. Actually, no, okay. Now I remember. My wife had it. Last year, before the pandemic closed everything, we actually ate a good amount of Indian food. And I actually remember now, at one point we had gone to an Indian restaurant and she got a curry with goat in it because she wanted to try it. She had never had goat like that. And so we had it and it was like very interesting. The meat has a different kind of a texture and certainly has a little bit of a different flavor than other meat that you would expect. But it's still pretty good, I would say. I'd say the curry is pretty damn good. But I've only had like one piece of it. I've never actually had a goat curry to itself. So, no Retro Jim. There's no shit joke incoming about Indian food. Why would I? That's very offensive that you would even say that. He says there's a shit joke incoming because Phil's talking about Indian food. Well, are you trying to say that if you eat curry that you just will like launch yourself into the sky with liquid shits? That's disgusting. I would never say something like that. That's very disrespectful. I like Indian food, actually. I started eating Indian food, like I said, about over the last 2 years. I actually started trying various curries, samosas, naan bread. I love Indian food. It's good, man. That shit is good. I don't know why anyone would say otherwise. It's very tasty. So, you better watch yourself. Fantasy Star PG did a couple cheers this morning. Alright, the first cheer, he says, when Sony made the exclusivity deal for Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo at E3 2019, there's maybe a loophole that'll get the games on Game Pass PC since the deal was made long before Microsoft acquisition of Bethesda. I don't know. He keeps talking about this every day. Like every day he talks about this. Anyway, Sony made the deal to keep the games of Xbox consoles, not Game Pass. And with the games coming to PC day and date, they maybe are going to be on Game Pass. That's good news for people with a high-end PC and a PS5. All right. I don't care. I'm going to be playing them because they're going to be at PlayStation 5, and that's what I'm playing them on. Thank you for the cheer. He cheered again. He said, we really don't need laws to stop scalpers when it comes to gaming consoles. The best way would be to sell them in local retail with human control over buying limits. When scalpers did this earlier with toilet paper, hand sanitizer, and disinfectant spray, government and law enforcement was fast to put a stop to it because those are life-saving necessities. PS5 and Series X are easy targets because they're not a necessity. That's not what happened to my knowledge. Okay? Here in Washington State, when the pandemic first hit, we were out of everything. You couldn't get toilet paper. You couldn't get paper towels. You couldn't get tissues. You couldn't get disinfectant wipes. You couldn't get any kind of cleaner for your house at all. You couldn't get hand soap. You couldn't get hand sanitizer. Hell, you couldn't even get, like, common food items. Like, everything was out. Okay? You couldn't get shit. And it was because people were panicking. And they were rushing the stores and buying everything. It was ridiculous. So what did the stores individually, alright, what they did is they instituted limits. The stores did, not the law. The government didn't step in. It was stores said 1 per person or 2 per person. And when the stores did this, it curtailed all that overbuying. Now, of course, people could just get around it. What if you have three people in your house and one person buys a pack of toilet paper, the next person gets in line, backs a pile of toilet paper, and the next person gets in line and buys a pack of toilet paper? Obviously, you could still hoard. But what they did is they basically made it annoying to do so. Instead of, I can just go to a store and buy whatever I want, so I load my cart with, 17 packs of toilet paper, because I'm an idiot. They made it so that, you'd have to actually put effort into it to do it. And the truth of the matter is, most humans don't want to put effort into anything. They're lazy fucks, especially Americans. So, God forbid you actually have to try to hoard instead of just being able to allow the hoard with zero effort. So that being said, it was the stores that put that in place. And what's funny is, after a while, after we all kind of got used to COVID being out there, a lot of the stores released those limitations. But then what happened was the COVID numbers went up during the fall, and a lot of places, including here in Washington State, reinstituted the lockdowns for certain businesses. Like, you can't go eat at a restaurant right now. And because of that, people freaked out again and started panic buying again. So the stores brought back the limitations again. All right? But no, it was not government mandated. It was not cops and being involved. It was the stores themselves who stepped in and said, we're going to stop this. So much like that situation, to stop scalpers from mass buying consoles like the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X, it would have to be the stores who institute these processes to stop that behavior. And some did. For example, Walmart claims that they stopped like an insane amount of bots from buying PlayStation 5. I mean, take that with a grain of salt. Anything Walmart says. This is a store that can't even pay their employees a living wage. Yet we're supposed to believe that they somehow... they were somehow the heroes of the PlayStation 5 pre-order situation and made sure that only people legitimately got them. Here's my question, all right? If that's the case, then how the fuck are there these content creators out there? And I know that you guys probably know a few of them. You noticed over the last couple of weeks, content creators, oh, I have like 5 PS5s to give away to my viewers. Like, wait, what? How? Everyone was completely going crazy trying to buy these things. So how do you have 5? People were sitting at their PCs every moment that these things went on pre-order to buy them, and you have 5? How? All right? Kind of funny, kind of fishy, don't you think? Almost like maybe those content creators, because they're fucking rich, went out there and bought them from the scalpers, which they shouldn't fucking do, so that they could give them away on their streams, so they sound like they're nice individuals, when in reality they're only doing it for personal gain. All right? But anyway, the point I'm making here is the only people who are going to stop this are the stores. And the stores don't care. Especially now, during the pandemic, these stores don't give 2 shits who's buying the consoles. They just need to make the money. A lot of these stores, now I'm not saying Walmart. Walmart certainly is no problem. Walmart is so fucking rich, they don't, Walmart could close their stores for 3 years and still be in business. That's how rich they are. But, the common retailer is hurting bad this year because of COVID. They weren't expecting to have their stores closed down as long as they have, or only have online ordering, you know what I mean, limited capacity. Sales are down the biggest they've ever been in history. So these stores just need to sell. So, especially places like Best Buy, Target, these places don't have websites that are equipped to handle 1 million people trying to go in and buy a console at once. Maybe moving forward, things will get better, but yeah, this whole thing was a shit show, and no, it's not going to be law enforcement people stepping in to stop it. It's going to have to be the individual stores. Okay? John and Cheers, I'm wondering what you're looking for in a new laptop, and he rattled off a bunch of statistics about components of a laptop. John, man, it's nothing like that at all. Okay? For me, I just need a functional base laptop. My laptop right now, I purchased this laptop either 2012 or 2013. I'm not positive, okay? When I bought this laptop, it was a refurb, and it was a model from the year before. Okay? At the time, this would have been considered a pricey laptop, but I got it for a pretty good deal simply because I had bought it as a refurb. And it ran well at the time. I remember, like, maybe 2 years, 3 years, it ran pretty good. It wasn't as powerful as I had hoped. I was actually hoping this laptop would allow me to do things like video edit and stuff, and that was never the case. It was never that good of a laptop. But, for a base use laptop, which is all I needed it for, because at that time was the time when I was adopting my content to be live streaming content, and I needed a laptop to monitor things like stream chat and the like, okay? So, I was just looking for a base laptop, base use, and so that being said, this laptop has served me well, but for the last 3+ years, this laptop has been on its last legs, all right? It could barely work. I told you guys this morning I had to restart this laptop. I couldn't even do anything on it. I was clicking and it wouldn't even react. I was clicking and the laptop was just sitting there doing nothing as if I had never clicked. That's not a good sign. Usually that means the laptop is fucked up, which it is. I mean, I know it is. So I just need a laptop that's simply put going to function. I'm not looking for a laptop that has crazy good stats. I'm not looking for a laptop that is going to do things above and beyond. I just need a base level laptop to sit here on Twitch, read the stream chat, to have Streamlabs open, to give you shout outs, to monitor the stream to make sure the stream is working properly, and to run maybe ad breaks once a day during my live streams. That's the extent of what I need this laptop to do. Seriously, I need nothing else. I'm not looking for a single other use for it. I have no plans on ever using the laptop for anything gaming or video editing. It's just a laptop to monitor the streams. All right. So I'm sure, absolutely sure, this laptop could be replaced for a very reasonable price. I'm sure there's El Cheapo laptops out there, probably for a few $100s, that would do exactly what I need and nothing else, and that's okay. All right. So I don't, you say, oh, what processor do you want? i3, i5, i7? What graphics-wise? GTX or RTX? None of that. I don't care. It could have, inside the laptop, there could be like a little mouse running in a wheel to make it work. I don't care what's in it. I just need it to do very base level stuff. That's all I'm looking for. Okay? Fair enough. The Funny Maverick cheers. Did Kat have one of the mince pies? What was her reaction? I hope you had an amazing Christmas. She did not. I'm sure people are going to be asking me over the course of today's stream about what we did on Christmas Day and everything. We did a lot of stuff. Namely, we ate some good food. Which I was quite pleased with. The food we had was very good. And, no, she did not have any mince pies at all. But we had some great stuff. And it was a good time. I'm probably gonna be eating those mince pies. They're fucking good, man. All right. Ninstar Rune did a 51-bit cheer. Now I just realized I haven't been updating the cheers, but that's okay because I see the biggest cheer coming up, so I didn't need to actually update the leaderboard. Ninstar Rune cheers. I remember that woman reviewer getting shit for not doing Cyberpunk side content because she was saying it was inconsequential. Do you think, with hindsight, now she's being vindicated? She's not being Oh my god. What the fuck? That was disgusting. I'm sorry, guys. That came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting that. I wouldn't say that person's vindicated. What I would say is, and I've said this during the playthrough, it's incredibly difficult in Cyberpunk to tell what side content is necessary and what side content, well, not necessary. Let's try that again. What side content is fun and meaningful and what's garbage. I've done, like I said, in the last 2 Cyberpunk streams, it directly showed this. The first stream, I did 2 side quests that were super interesting, very fun plot lines. I'm very happy I did them because I felt like it would have actually been missing out on some of the best storyline content in the game if I didn't do it. Then the entire last stream, the side quests were terrible. They were just complete shit. A waste of everyone's fucking time. I wish I didn't do them, right? That's a major problem. If you take a look at like Fallout and stuff like that, mostly when you go off the beaten path to do the side quests, they're usually interesting. And yes, they could be even self-contained plot lines with their own storylines and characters, and they're pretty neat. In Cyberpunk, it's like, this one's really good, and this one's written by some fucking idiot who thought that this was entertaining, and it's like the least entertaining thing in the game. So, for me, it's kind of like a weird mix. And that's one of my complaints about the game is, there's too much. Quality over quantity. They crammed the game with so much side content, it's impossible to tell what's good, and half the time, it's not good. But then, if you don't do it, you missed out on some of the best parts of the game, and you kick yourself in the foot because you missed out on some good stuff. So see what I mean? It's like a double-edged sword. You're forced to do shit, because if you don't do the shit, you'll miss the good stuff. That's not good game design, folks. And that's one of my major criticisms. So, that reviewer who said, yeah, the side content's kind of inconsequential, maybe that's what they were getting at. I mean, I don't know. Not them. I don't know what they actually did or didn't do during their playthrough. But it's possible. Okay? Lawler Mittens resubscribed for 11 months in a row, 14 totals, and Merry Christmas, Phil. Hope you got all the presents you wanted, because I sure did. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that you got everything you wanted, Lawler Mittens. I'm undoubtedly sure people are going to ask this again, but I'll just answer it now. I got a desk calendar, a day-by-day tear-off desk calendar. That's what I asked for. And I got my wife a bottle of perfume that she asked for. And that was it. That was our Christmas presents. And eventually, I think my wife's going to buy me a pair of slippers, because I really need it badly. We were going to get slippers 2 weeks ago when we were out, and they didn't have any at the store we went to. So, I need a pair of slippers pretty badly. But outside of that, that's it. I mean, that's adult life, folks. You know, when you're younger, you look forward to Christmas Day for the wonderment of what's going to be under that tree and what you're going to open. When you get older, you basically are just looking forward to a day off from work, honestly, and you're looking forward to some good food. And that's exactly what we had. We each had a day off of work with good food, and that was good enough for us. You know, that's all we were looking for. So there you have it. All right. OGX Focal did a 510-bit cheer, and that is the biggest cheer of the day. I can finally update the leaderboard. I was waiting for that to come up, so let's do that. Let's update that leaderboard. 510 bits. Thank you, OGX Focal, for the biggest cheer of the day so far. All right, and he says, Merry belated Christmas. Well, Merry belated Christmas to you as well. I hope that you and yours had a great Christmas. And I hope you got everything you want. I hope you had good food. Again, I'm sure I'll be hearing from all of you today about this subject. Ninstar Rune cheers. If you look at the Christmas Marathon videos, they have vastly more likes than dislikes. This is due to you being buzzed and more relaxed. I think you should consider having buzz streams more often. It looks like even the haters seem less upset. It's not true at all. No, the reason that they have less likes than dislikes is because the people who just sit around like losers, constantly disliking my videos, you know, we're busy. It's Christmas. You know, they're not... Even the biggest of losers, every once in a while, has something better to do. And I feel that people probably who just sit there and dislike my videos constantly for the past, 7-8 years, maybe they just had something better to do for a change, because it was Christmas. Maybe I'm wrong, but that would be my feeling. Like, they weren't just sitting there disliking the videos, Maybe I'm wrong, though. Anyway, Jerry22098 cheers. If you're honestly going to play Hades, know this. It does not reward button mashing. It expects you to adapt and get better. It's not like Ghost of Tsushima where you ruined that playthrough by heavily striking and button mashing everything until it yields on normal difficulty. That's not going to be Hades. Alright. So, thank you, Jerry, for that very insightful commentary on how I ruined my entire playthrough of Ghost of Tsushima, despite the fact that people told me it was one of the better playthroughs I've done in the last several years, and they really enjoyed it. Apparently, you personally didn't, and that means the playthrough was absolutely terrible. It's good to know that. Thank you very much for that underhanded insult. You tried to, what do they call it? Sneak dissing? Alright. So thank you very much. Actually, I know nothing about Hades at all. I know zero. No information at all. I don't know. I didn't look into the game. I don't even know what it is. So if I did play Hades, it would be completely cold, which is neat. People like that when I play stuff cold because, it's a lot different than what people do years of research before they play a game, and they know everything about the game before they ever touched it. So there you go. Silent General is resubscribed for a whopping 31 months. 31 months! Thank you, Silent General, for the long-standing support. That is very much appreciated. No tips yet to shout out, guys. As I told you guys, tips are preferred. Tips help me more than anything. Please consider tipping. We do have the tips goals in effect today. $50 tip I'll put on the Gunner glasses for $100. I'll put on a vest, just not the platinum. Any other vest is eligible today. Okay? And in advance, thank you to anyone who considers contributing. Thanks to those who have already. Let us shout out... let's see here. Let's shout out the top cheers of the week, shall we? Shall we? I hope so. I hope we shall. So thank you to those who've cheered so far this week. I appreciate it. In 10th place, it's a tie. Well, actually, it's a tie for 9th place between Smegma Poo and Tantamounter. Thank you both. I appreciate that. Then, hold on. Then, it is Timbo Slice in 8th place. Ripley Atomic in 7th. Golden Colt in 6th. Lies of Her Soul is in 5th. Shadow the Hedgehog in 4th. Rob on Wheels is in 3rd place. Golden Nobles is in 2nd place. And Hallelujah He Reigns. First of all, hope that they had a good Christmas. I'm not going to see them around here anymore because of online troll harassment, but it is what it is. Thank you for the top cheer of the week. Also, thank you to those who gifted subscriptions to the channel this week, including John Man, Golden Nobles, Ultimate Cloud 7, Shyla Butt, and Randy Butternut, who each gifted a single sub to the channel. Plus, I'm sure there are more people who did, but those are the only ones who are showing up on the leaderboard. Benzol P2 gifted 3 subs to the channel. Thank you, Benzol. Shell Ryukin gifted 4 subscriptions to the channel. Thank you, Shell Ryukin. Cashmere Goat and Dioclesian each gifted 6 subscriptions to the channel. Thank you guys very much for that. And Dan's Gaming, yes, Dan's Gaming gifted a whopping 100 subs to the channel earlier this week, if you guys remember, and then got harassed endlessly by trolls online, so he immediately regretted it. I don't blame him. No one deserves to be harassed by fuckhead asshole trolls, but that's life, I guess. Life around here anyway. So thank you to Dan's Gaming, which, despite the fact that he regrets gifting them to the channel because of the online harassment he received, I still appreciate it, and I know that everyone else does too who got one. So thank you for that. Okay. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, I mean, that's pretty much all I have to talk about. We actually got through shoutouts. We got through the stuff I wanted to chat about, right? Is there anything else? Anyone have a question, anything, or should I just go use the restroom, and should we get started with Yakuza? What do you guys think? A stall segment? This is not a stall segment. What are you talking about? Eternal Napalm Cherry says, did the idiots who spam dislikes on your videos understand the engagement of dislikes helps your videos? No, they don't care. They're stupid. Stupid people are stupid. We've talked about this many times over the years, that any click on a video is good. It doesn't matter if you like, you dislike, you add to a playlist, you favorite, like whatever you do to a video on YouTube is considered engagement, and it actually actively helps the video. They have no, I mean, there's that dumb. They don't, you know, I mean, we've only talked about this a lot of times. They should know this by now. It's like they don't believe me or something. Like, well, you know, someone who's done YouTube for 12 years versus a moron who just sits there clicking negatively on videos probably knows better. You know, someone who does this for a living probably knows better than the dunce who thinks that, you know, oh, I'm going to have a useful use of my time by clicking negatively on all of Phil's videos. Right? So, yeah, it's true. Any engagement is good engagement. I mean, let's be honest here. Why do you guys think that the biggest videos on YouTube are disgusting, right? Disgusting drama videos, insult videos. Because as long as it's spread around, people watch and click, it's good. It doesn't even matter if people dislike. There's content creators on YouTube that people hate, and they're very popular because of that. Stupid. But that's just how it works, because YouTube is a piece of shit. We've all known that for a long time, right? Okay. LP101 just hit me $1. Says, what's the best current capture card for PS5? I have no idea. You are definitely asking the wrong person. And I'm sure you probably get conflicting answers on that, too. Dependent on who you ask, right? You're probably going to get completely different answers on that. Would a capture card... Well, then again, I guess it depends on the quality, too. Yeah, again, I can't answer that. That's way too generic of a question, and I don't have any knowledge. So I'm sorry, LP101. I have no clue. But thank you very much for the cheer. Excuse me, for the tip, the $1 tip. You got the tipping started for today, and I appreciate that. Stable Genius 123 just dropped a 10 sub bomb on the channel. So congratulations to the following people who just received a gifted sub: Ipsilfin, EBRN2HK. I have no idea how to pronounce that at all. Hold on, what happened? Okay. Piricado, Viva Los Doyers, Iron BZ, Geos, Orange Nation, Jekaterina, Lord X Law, and Jam Brock. Congratulations to you. Hope that you guys enjoy those subs. I'm sure you'll make use of them. Thank you again, Stable Genius, helping out the channel here. And probably what I should do then is I should actually see how we're doing on subs. By the way, guys, I mean, just so you know, the subs are definitely going to drop soon. We had a lot of sub bombs around the end of November, and so that means that they're basically coming due now, and we're going to see the subs go down at the end of December here, which is perfectly fine, because what that means is we're going to have a more realistic subtotal for when we start hitting early January, so that when I actually take a look at the sub goal for January, it'll be more realistic. Okay? Okay. Oh, let's see here. Let's see. Says we are at 1,025 subs. So thank you very much for that. Let's update that total. We did jump up a few subs here this morning, and I appreciate that support, everybody. vroom voom cheered, saying that, yes, the haters are trying to hack into my emails and shit. I mean, listen. That's like, for other people on the internet, all right? A day that someone's trying to go into all of their social media accounts, their email accounts. A day when someone is trying to impersonate you somewhere on the internet, whether it's on a forum, a chat service, another game. A day when someone is trying to ruin your life is like a really shocking thing. Like, you get terrified, you get scared. Why is someone doing this? Why does someone hate me so much? Why does someone want to hurt me? I don't understand. All right? Understandably, that would be your reaction. All right? For me, it's just Tuesday. It's just a normal day. Like, I'm serious. Like, every fucking day, people try to do this. And they never succeed. Thank God. But, you know, these people are fucked up in the head with the shit that they do. And the shit that they try to say and do about me. And I just don't care about it anymore. You know, it's just like, oh well, it's something to ignore. Just another day when some asshole's doing something fucked up to me. Just something else to brush off and move on with my daily life. Because if I actually cared about it every day, you know, I would never get anything done. Seriously. If I addressed every person who's trying to fuck with me, I wouldn't have time to actually put out gameplay. It would just be me talking about these idiots all day long, every day. So, I just don't bother with it. I don't care. So, I know, to you it may be concerning. You saw a video. Someone says they're going to try to hack into Phil's personal shit in this video. Which would be pretty stupid if they did, because then they would be accountable. Right? Right? But for me, it's like, that's not shocking to me. That's just like, okay, whatever. Yes, someone's trying to hack my shit again. Big deal. So anyway, guys. Yeah, no big deal. Who cares? Alright, so, anything else? Or is that it? Shall we take a break? And Derek, yes, I did see you were asking me questions and stuff. I'm going to save that for the actual gameplay. Like, he's asking questions about things I did on Christmas and stuff. We'll talk about that when the gameplay actually starts here on the stream. Undoubtedly, that's going to be a major topic of discussion that we're going to have. Derek actually says, how many hours am I playing Yakuza? I know the videos, I think, have gone over 40 parts at this point. So at least 40 hours, but the thing is, some of those videos are longer than an hour. Some of those videos have gone an hour and a half or longer, so I would think probably around maybe 45 hours. And, you know, what people are saying is maybe I'm halfway done. That's the thing, my wife is way ahead of me, and she's not done, and she's played, like, so much more than me. So I can just imagine how long this game actually is, and we're going to probably be playing it all January at this point. Right? Okay, alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a break. Thanks in advance, by the way. First of all, thank you to everyone who contributed on pre-stream. We got sub bombs, we had cheers, we had a $1 tip. Thank you for that. When I come back, let's resume with Yakuza. Let's talk about the holidays, right? I want to hear about everything you guys did during the holidays fun. I want to hear about your presents you got. I want to hear about the food you had, you know, what you did with your families and your, you know, hopefully you didn't mass gather. And if you tell me you mass gathered, I'm going to get very upset. So if you tell me that you have more than 4 people in your household, that's it. You're out of here. I'm just kidding, by the way. But anyway, let's take a break. We'll be back soon in a few minutes, and we'll get started, shall we? All right, guys, thank you, and I will see you in just a little bit.